everybody. Welcome back to 5 Easy Questions. Today, I am here with the Executive VP and co-founder of Moving Image Technologies, Joe Delgado. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Maddy. Happy to be here.
I'm wondering if you can just give a quick summary of what Moving Image Technologies is and does.
We are a technology-centric company that caters to the entertainment industry, primarily commercial cinema. So when you folks go to the movies, chances are Moving Image Technologies was involved in the projection, the sound, the seats, the screen. We provide the experience of movie going from the technology standpoint, right? We're those guys that make the image look good. We make the audio sound great. And hopefully you're sitting in a very comfortable chair, eating a lot of candy, popcorn, or maybe, sushi and a scotch.
Oh, that's a fancy movie. Okay, perfect. I am going to just jump into the questions. Are you all set?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Question number 1. How does the theatrical movie-going experience differ from streaming at home?
I've been saying this since streaming became relevant. I have never seen streaming as either predatory to our business or even competitive to our business. Streaming, I've always considered complementary as downstream revenue for the creatives, the Spielbergs, the Tom Cruises of the world, who recognize that theatrical release is really the big springboard to all that ancillary revenue downstream. So streaming, video on demand, cable, broadcast, all that. If you have great box office, the longevity of your movie is that much greater, right? While streaming did have a major impact during the epidemic, we recognized as an industry that it's not the same thing, right? When you open some of these big movies and it's on your streaming platform, the cachet of box office is gone, and you kind of exhaust the film or the product pretty much right away, right? Whereas with theatrical, you've got, this incredible platform to show the movie the way it was created, right? The way the creatives wanted you to see it and feel it. And feeling it is part of going to the movies, right? I mean, you're vibing with a bunch of people. It's a communal thing. That's just not replicated. I don't care how great your home cinema is. And trust me, we've done some very, very nice working rooms for the Hollywood folk, and they still go to the movies.
Yeah, I completely agree. I noticed that for myself in the pandemic. It was one of the things I was most excited for when we were able to go back and watch movies. And I watched
we're probably not 100%, but we're real close to normalizing, right? The dynamics have come full circle. The relationships with the studios and the cinema exhibitors is good. So the experiment was done. We tried it. It didn't fare well. So the cinema industry is absolutely back, bigger, better, stronger. And we learned a lot, efficiencies. There was some solid takeaways during COVID, to the positive.
That is great. You actually just answered a 2-in-1, because I was going to ask you about the pandemic. So that's perfect.
I don't mind hitting a double.
No, that was good. You really covered it. We're flying through it. My third question is, what are some of the exciting new technologies changing the way we can experience a film in theaters today? So
we are unique, right? So what we're doing now, and we're actually at CinemaCon right now. I'm in our suite at CinemaCon. This is the last day of our biggest convention. And by the way, this is now post-COVID, right? Back in August, we did kind of a dry run. Now this is almost 100% attendance. So there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. What we're very excited about are two things, our accessibility technology. So if you look at the demographics for folks that are disabled, hearing impaired, visually impaired, we have just acquired that entire product line. So we want to have as few barriers to folks going to the movies as possible. So we have this platform that we're continuing to reinvigorate and support, but layered on top of that, there's a whole massive demographic just in the US of about 70 million folks that are non-English proficient. Okay. So these are our neighbors, and they have obstacles to go into the movies, and that's language, right?
Yeah.
So you could be a very able-bodied person, but you don't speak the language. We have what's called moving image translator, and that technology now affords whatever language that's available on day and date release of that film. We could have it available in that same auditorium. So you could be watching Top Gun with somebody sitting next to you who's a Mandarin speaker or a Spanish speaker or a French speaker, and it's all done through augmented reality glasses. So you're looking at the screen and enjoying it like everybody else, and the language is perfectly placed through the augmented reality glasses. So very unobtrusive, right? So these are things we're really excited about because now you can capture a big chunk of folks that aren't going to the movies. So we're taking down as best we can those obstacles and barriers through that technology. And the other thing that we showed here was the esports and gaming solution for in cinema, right? So we're the exclusive integrator for a company called Sandbox, and they basically do the entire deliverable of esports and gaming into the cinema space. I tell folks, right, we've always been in gaming. Cinema's always been in gaming. We just used to call it arcades, right? So we have experience with gaming. The problem with gaming today and esports today was all these disparate moving parts, the publishers, right? The studios, the players, the leagues, and all that. It took a lot of effort for an entity like Sandbox, along with us, to coalesce all that and then give it as a deliverable. And you do either a revenue share or an outright purchase. Now you have e-gaming, esports completely delivered into your facility. So that went over incredibly well.
That's amazing. My fourth question, you've touched on this a little bit. How is the movie exhibition sector landscape changing in a post-COVID world?
Again, I think there was putting aside the negatives, which were obvious, right? We were closed for 18 months, more or less, right? The positives, the real positive takeaways was that now we have reinforced the value of theatrical exhibition, right? That's huge. And then we've learned efficiencies. I mean, I think everybody, right? The cinema owner, the studios, the technology guys, the food people. By the way, the food people are very important. They're all good friends of ours. We've learned these efficiencies. By hook or by crook, maybe, not necessarily because we decided to, but we came out on the other end, I think, financially in much better shape. I think operationally, as an industry, I think we've learned some really valuable lessons that we're implementing on a day-to-day basis. So that's the way I see it. I'm a kind of rosy outlook kind of guy anyways, but I think most people in our industry agree with that assessment.
And my last question is, are public venues, or do you think public venues and sports stadiums are evolving in this post-COVID world as well? And if so, how?
So we have a line called Caddy Products, and we have tremendous market share in the arena and stadium market. And so what we're doing there is we're looking at our product, not just as this, very utilitarian cup holder, this very almost generic product that everybody wants and needs,
Right.
We're looking at that more as a touch point. So to your question, stadiums and arenas are doing what's called sport or smart tech, right? So these arenas, these stadiums, these venues, right, are becoming more sophisticated in interacting with their customers, the fans. When you come in, you know, you want that touch point. You want that interaction. And so we're on the verge of some very cool stuff to enhance that, because that's where they're going, right? They want a level of interaction with their customers and their fans that, you know, we probably haven't had in the past. So we're excited about that.
That is great. I just have a really quick rapid fire round for you, and then we're all done. And then I'll leave you alone.
I'm enjoying it. This is, you know, this is all good to me. I like talking this stuff. So I'm having a great time, Maddie. I appreciate you.
I'm good. I'm happy. Okay. Are you all set?
I am.
Okay. Tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee.
Same. Good answer. What is the first thing you do in the morning?
Thank God in Greyhound I'm still here, because sometimes it's a tough industry. So yeah, you know, nod to the higher power, maybe, and the toothbrush is next, definitely.
What is your favorite sport to watch?
Oh, football. The NFL. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. I hope that doesn't alienate a bunch of your people, but you got to be you.
What is your favorite sport to play?
Golf, and yeah, we play at it.
What is your favorite book?
My favorite
book.
Oh, wow, that's a good.
I know. That's about it's good and bad. It's a hard one.
Yeah, I'm a reader. I love reading. I've got more books than room. You know, maybe Pillars of the Earth was probably a book that God, I just kind of hated to end. And, you know, yeah, they came back with other ones, but I think Pillars of the Earth, if you had a gun to my head, maybe.
That one. That's a good answer. Cat or dog?
Oh, dog. We're big dog people.
Value investor or day trader?
Value. I'm a value guy. You know, buy my stuff. You'll see we've got some cool stuff going.
Suit and tie or casual?
I don't mind rocking a tie every now and then. I'm not anti-tie, but you know, we're in the entertainment industry, so we skew more cash.
Cash. If you had $1,000 to invest, what company would it be if not your own? I know that gets everyone.
Yeah. Tesla or AMC.
Perfect. And my final question is, what was the last movie you watched?
Top Gun this morning.
Gun.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we had the big screening here. You know, Paramount, we had the big intro. So yeah, it was cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and joining me. And is there anywhere that you would want to direct people to find out more information about your company? Yeah.
Brian Siegel, who is our investment relations pro, he would be the guy. He's the guy I lean on. This is my first rodeo, so
wonderful.
He's been my mentor through this process. So yeah, Brian Siegel, Hayden IR.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope I get to talk to you again in the future.
We look forward to it, Maddie. Thank you, guys.